Hello and welcome to another IELTS speaking practice video. So today, class IELTS 43 is going to do their speaking practice. I don't know where Miss Trang is, but Miss Zhao and Miss Trúc is going to do it now. All right, so let's start with part one. A moment, please. I'm just gonna turn the page. Yes. Let's start with part one. Something that is relatively easy. Let's say public transport, okay? Let's do public transport first. So, Miss Zhao, please. What form of public transport or what form of transport do you usually use?
Well, honestly, I don't usually use any type of transportations. Um, Mostly because I don't have the habit of going into the town to buy anything, and it's also because that um I don't use I normally walk to
Why it's a bit weird at your place? I mean, your voice a bit blurry. Giọng em sao nó mờ mờ sao á? Nó cứ rè rè sao á? I think
tại
it's
em bật
fixed
quạt.
with your microphone, maybe. Sorry.
Hình như tại em quạt là sao ạ?
Oh, yes, because of your fan, of course. That's why. Maybe bring the fan a bit farther away from you, maybe. Để cái quạt nó xa
Okay.
xa xíu. Okay, that's better now. Now let's try again. So, Miss Zhao, how often do you use public transportation then?
Um, I could say I don't usually use public transportation because usually when I walk to school usually I only need to walk to school which don't require to have any public transportation. And
So you just go by bike now? You just
no,
go
I
by
just walk
bike?
to school.
Oh, you just walk to school. I see. How about you, Mr. What form of transport do you usually use?
Oh, I don't usually commute to work by public transport because I have a company coupon to
You have
have
a
me
company coupon, right?
cup-
It's called
coupon.
coupon. It's a coupon, I think. The family,
Uh,
you have a company coupon or you have a family card, right?
no, company carpool.
Carpool is the thing that belong to your company and it brings you to the workplace. It's called
Yes,
carpool. Xe đưa rước đi làm công ty. Yeah, it's a
yeah,
carpool for your
yes,
company. I see. I see.
yes,
So you
yes,
don't. Hmm? But what?
uh, but when I have to work overtime, I use my company's coupon to go to work to there. But when I go home,
To go there.
I
To go there.
to go there
There. Mhm.
to go there, and when I come home, I use bus because the companies is far away. I have to take two buses, and it took me about 1 hours.
Okay, it took you about an hour. I see. Hmm.
Luckily, that's recently I don't have to work overtime more as the past.
Okay. So how about you, Miss Zhao? What do you think of public transport? Like, um, is it comfortable enough? Is it too crowded? Is it cheap? Is it noisy? Is it uncomfortable to use? Something like that, you know? What do you think of public transport, Miss Jiao?
Well, in terms of public transport, I believe that it is very convenient for those who don't have the opportunity to get access to their own
To get
personal
access to
access to their personal vehicle.
Mhm.
However, I believe that um, public transportation can be a disadvantage because some people don't really like to travel in an environment which have a lot of noisy, loud sounds from different conversations or phone calls coming from the passengers.
You mean, what do you mean? Can you say it again? Like what kind of things coming from other passengers?
Um, the sounds from the conversations.
Ah, you mean people being noisy. I see.
Yes.
I see. Of course, that's a very common thing. And also think about public transport on the buses. There are so many people, and sometimes it smell bad. You don't want to be
Uh,
too near to people because sometimes it smell bad. You know, especially after a hard working day, everyone smell bad and they go home. Ew. Okay, public transport like buses, they are air conditioners in there, so it's a bit better, but still, you can smell the sweat and every bad smell, it just being in air cons, so the smell doesn't escape that easily. It just become cooler and frozen. Mùi người với lại mùi hơi người với mùi mấy mùi khác nhau nó chỉ được đông lạnh, nó ướp lạnh lại thôi, đâu có thoát được đâu. They cannot escape easily. So that's what I think about public transport. Oh, imagine have you tried the metro before?
no, I haven't.
You haven't tried, okay, because I had studied abroad before, so I tried metro a lot, and it's actually quite good to use. It's underground. So Miss Jiao, public transport can include taxis and airplanes as well, because those are used by the public. Private transport include like your own vehicles that only you own it. Phương tiện công cộng nó khác với phương tiện cá nhân. Phương tiện công cộng bao gồm taxi với lại máy bay luôn nha. It's also included like that. So what do you think about planes and trains and other public transport, Miss Chow?
Um, uh, they are convenient and
Hello? Okay, so Miss Trúc, what do you think about trains, airplanes, buses, and all the other kind of public transport? What do you think?
I believe that the most common public transport in Vietnam is bus. It's provide many benefits to people who don't have their own vehicle.
Vehicle, cái từ này
Uh,
giật quá.
their
Vehicle,
their
vehicle, vehicle,
their own vehicle
vehicle.
vehicles. Um, the uh, the the price is very cheap And I think that bus is quite punctual because it has its own length and
Mhm.
priority transport.
Mhm. Anything else?
And about about blend and trends, I I believe that many I believe that many people uh love your blend to go far than
Mhm.
trends because it self time.
In
It's
a what? In what?
it's because it save your time.
Aha, it saves your time, I say.
Um, for example, if you use uh, if you have to go to Hanoi from Ho Chi Minh City, you use train. It take you about 2 days. But if you use land, it just take you 2 hours,
Mhm.
very fast. But uh, on the contrary, the
On contrary,
price
on the
in the
contrary.
on the contrary, the price of through public transport is quite different. Land
Mhm.
is quite high.
Okay. Okay, good enough. All right, so Miss Tiao, do you like to use public transportation for long distance travel? Long distance travel means like you can travel to another country or from a city to another city. So do you like to use public transportation for long distance travel, like airplane, ship, or train, or maybe buses? And why?
Oh, yes, of course. I could say that public transportations are very from my perspective, I believe that public transportations are really convenient when it comes to traveling in a long distance.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, for example, um, when I want to travel
Mm-hmm.
from north to the south, I believe that by um, traveling by plane will helps me to
Two.
um helps me to get there um get there faster and um
Yes. All right, so Miss Chow, try this one. That sometimes a disaster happen, it doesn't matter if you use public transport or private transport, you know. Tai nạn lúc nào chẳng diễn ra được. Dù có xài xe riêng, xe tư đều diễn ra được mà, you know. I mean, but that's your idea. Okay, so Miss Chow, how is the transport in your country? Think about the road system. Think about the road. Is it really good? How about bridges? Mấy cái cầu đường có tốt không? Think about traffic jams. Think about how the people behave when they are on the street. How the people behave when they are on the streets, you know? Do they are they abide by the law? Có phép không? Số bị vặn lại rồi. Why my voice is echoing now? Okay, let's try this one. Do you hear me, class?
Yes.
Okay, great. Chuyển cái microphone khác rồi. All right. Do you hear noise at my place?
A little.
Just a little, like the fan, right? Like the fan, right?
Uh,
Do you hear?
no, rè rè này. Có lúc rè lúc không.
Tiếng rè đó là do nó bị che mất bởi crispy rồi nè. Cái tiếng quạt á, từ gió. But I think crispy do the job very well, I think. Anyway, so Miss Yao, how's the transport in your country? Do people abide by the law that much? Hmm?
Transport là nó bao gồm
You include all the roads, the cars, the vehicles, and also the people who drives those vehicles. And nói chung giao thông nói chung ở đất nước, vận tải giao thông nói chung ở đất nước bạn có được không? What do you think? Like it's a bit vague, I know, hơi bị chung chung. Yes, I know.
nó khoai thầy,
Hmm? Say again.
chủ đề nó cứ bị khoai khoai thầy,
Nó có bị gì em?
khoai ạ.
I have no idea what you're saying. Không hiểu.
Nó kiểu nó bị khó khó ấy thầy.
Of course. Of course it's hard, I know. So, Mr. What do you think? How's the transport in your country? Is the road in Vietnam good? I mean, are there traffic accidents happen? Traffic accidents, traffic jams, something like that, you know?
Oh, I think that the transport in Vietnam's quite poor. The road has been well planned. You know, the road system in Vietnam
Mhm.
is not well planned. So if you use Google Maps, even you use that, you also lost. You also get lost because the name of roads is not always right.
Mhm.
And of course, traffic jams
Mhm.
always happened. Uh, the in Rust House, Rust House. For example, like at 7 o'clock or 5 or 17 o'clock. That's our rush hour. Time for people go to work and and come home. So at that time, the road is very crowded, and it took you a lot of time to travel.
Okay. It takes a lot
And
to travel, yeah.
yes, and if talk about um, traffic traffic accident, I
Yes.
th I think that there are still many accidents
Uh-huh.
in Vietnam
Uh-huh.
because because road uh, is not good enough for travel. Many home on the road.
There are many potholes. There are many potholes on the road.
People on the road.
Let's check the word potholes, I think. I just want to be sure, you know. I just want to be sure if they're like this is a hole in the road surface that result from a gradual damage caused by traffic or weather. Ổ gà nó đúng chính xác luôn á. Potholes on the roads. Of course, this can be caused by many things, you know, like people traveling on it or the weather itself. Okay, so yeah, what do you say, Miss Trúc? What else do you say?
But we can't blame on things for the road, the transport, because it also depends on people awareness. I believe that if people have a good educated about about traffic law,
Traffic
it
laws.
will
Also.
yes, it will better to reduce accidents when you travel outside.
I see. So, Miss Yao, can you do it? Can you do this question? How's the transport in your country? Then what do you think about it? Đường xá có dễ đi không? Vận tải chuyển hàng hóa có ổn không á, Châu? How's the road? And if you order something, let's say you order something on apps, does it take a long time to get to your place? You know, something like that. Cái vận tải bao gồm là chuyển hàng hóa đó nha. Transport here also mean like how you bring goods to the destination, to the customers, to the people, you know. If you buy something, is it fast to arrive, something like that?
Well, I believe I'm not 100% sure that if the roads all if the transport in my country is in a very good in a very high quality stage or not,
It's
but
not in high quality, right?
yes.
Chắc là no. No, it's not in a good quality. It's not of good quality. Đó, cẩn thận cái dụ yes no tiếng Việt tiếng Anh nó khác nhau ngược lại hoàn toàn nha. So are you sure it's good? No, it's not. No, it's not. Anything else?
I could see that there are a lot of roads in my country that aren't in a very good quality, which a lot of repairments and upgrading. Additionally, it's undeniable that there are a lot of roads which have potholes, which are very inconvenient to those who travel on the road. But I believe that the transport in Vietnam also has the positive aspects. For instance, I believe that when it comes to delivering, I could say that it is very fast and it has never failed to come up with my expectations at all.
Okay, good. Good. All right, so that's good enough. Yeah. Okay, so let's try another topic. You see, this is only part one, but sometimes there are very difficult questions like that. So you should not think that part one's easy. It's not. Okay. Okay, let's do let's try something here. Okay, let's try art number 80, okay? Art. Art here can means a lot of things. Art can means like something beautiful. Nghệ thuật. Art here can also mean the subject art, cái môn vẽ, môn nghệ thuật. But arts with S means everything that belongs to art, like sculpture, painting, photography, chụp ảnh, photography, nhiếp ảnh, uh, poetry. There can be novels, there can be movies, there can be music, anything. So all of them are actually arts. Tất cả mấy đó cộng lại thành cái cục là arts của S nha. Tất cả những ngành nghệ thuật. Oh, Trang is here. Perfect. Oh, let's wait a little bit. She's joining. Okay. Okay, Miss Trang is here. Turn on your microphone, please. How are you, Miss Trang? Is everything okay?
Yeah, I'm good. Sorry, I fell asleep.
You fell asleep. It must have been a lot of work that you did and you fell asleep.
Uh, Not much, but I'm ill now, so
So you are sick now, I see.
yeah.
Okay, we are doing part 1 of speaking now. So, Mr. Please, do you like art? Em thích nghệ thuật không? Yeah. Mr.
I
Yes.
I think that I like art because art symbolize beauty and everyone love beauty.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes people life is too rush, uh, and they don't have time for art. Like they don't usually go to art galleries to to enjoy any artworks. And I don't really think that there are many art galleries attract my interest my attention attract my attention.
I see.
But
Yeah.
but I hope in the futures in Vietnam can have more and more art gallery that is really interesting than than just watching some things from a distance.
I see. So, okay. So, Miss Chow, please, do you like art? Anything beautiful, Like, there's also something called calligraphy. Calligraphy?
Well, yes, of course. I could say
Calligraphy is
that
like
art.
making beautiful handwriting, yeah? So, do you like art, Miss Chow?
A chance to get to know the art more than in
Này,
the
cái khúc mà nãy nó
past.
bị cắt đứt á, Châu nói lại được không? Do you like art? Let's try again.
Yes, of course, I could say that I'm really into art. Even though nowadays I haven't got a chance to enjoy getting to know about art like in the past, but I could say that right now that what I really love about art is that I can admire other people paintings online.
Okay.
Um,
Right. So you are into calligraphy. So what makes you like it? Can you share, like, what is special about calligraphy that makes you like it? Like,
It's a
you like beautiful handwriting? Huh?
yes, maybe. I could say that calligraphy is like it's like a type of art. I could say that it's very unique
Chào
and
chịu
it
khó lại gần
represents
cái microphone xíu ha. Okay. Yes.
I could say that calligraphy is a really interesting type of form of art. Um, it is very unique and it also represents its own meaning in its characteristics.
Mhm. Okay, so Miss Tran, please. Have you ever been to an art gallery? Phòng trưng bày nghệ thuật. Have you ever been there?
I think I have been in art gallery.
I have been to a gallery.
I have been to art gallery
Yes.
1 or 2 times. For me,
Once or twice nha.
one or twice.
Mhm.
Once or twice. For me, I love art, but I don't have much time to visit art gallery. So I can recall that I used to visit some anime exhibition.
That's interesting. So, okay, so Miss Tran, do you like art?
Yes, I love art. I believe art is an essential part of human life. And for me, art is not just paintings. Art could be different kind of form. For example, like music, and even like new creative idea. It could be art, and I believe art bring color to everyone, every people lives.
Every people's lives. And also it makes life worth living, you know?
What?
Art makes life worth living. Nó làm cho cuộc đời nó đáng sống. Otherwise it would look ugly, you know? With a lot of deadlines to do, a lot of stress. Ugh. Art makes life beautiful and it makes life worth living. Okay, so Miss Chow, do you often go to art galleries?
Well, to be honest, I've never been to an art gallery before. I could say that it's because right now that it's not um I'm still a high school student and I still have to I'm still occupied with a lot of work um and I have to attend a lot of classes. So I
Including
could say
including IELTS by Mr. John, yeah.
yes.
Okay. So I don't have a chance to visit art galleries. Is that what you want to say?
Yes.
Okay. So Miss Xiao, do you take art lessons in your childhood? Like
Well, yes.
think about painting lessons, think about singing classes, think about pottery, you know, something like that. Làm gốm sứ, pottery.
Oh. Well, yes, of course. Um, Taking art lessons, been ta I have had a chance to take art lessons from kindergarten to middle school. Uh, mm, I could say that in the past I really love taking art lessons at school because the lessons are always very interesting and um, very interesting, and also with art I can also develop my creative abilities, and uh, art lessons also play an important role in um, making um, schools become more interesting and less stressful to me.
Sorry, can you say again? And that's what?
Less
Less stressful,
less
less boring, you know, something like that.
yes.
All right. So, Mr. Please, do you take art lessons in your childhood? Cẩn thận ý nghe là childhood.
I didn't take art lessons uh, as a important lesson. It's just option in my childhood. I think that every children have to learn art at school. I have to be honest. I have to say that I was very bad at art lessons. I
You fail it.
wrote
Nobody can fail it, I think.
I was very ugly. I have to say that, but of
Okay.
course, I don't fail that subject because, as I said, it was not a very important lesson at that time. Uh, Besides math and literature, you know, uh, they're two important subjects.
I see. Right. So, Ms. Brooke, how do you feel about becoming an artist? Artist here can means two different things. Artist can means painter, một người họa sĩ. But artist can also means nghệ sĩ. All right. So how do you feel about becoming an artist? Think about it, Ms. Brooke. Is it an alluring? Is it an interesting idea? An attractive idea?
Is to become an artist, first you have to have talent at that
Right.
field.
Have what? Balance?
Talent.
Balance là sao em? Balance là sao?
Talent.
Balance. Trời ơi. Vẫn chưa chấm.
Talent.
Vẫn chưa
Talent.
kiểu BP nữa. Balance.
Talent đó thầy. Talent, tài năng đó thầy.
Talent. Trời ơi, em thấy chưa? Phát âm vấn đề gì?
Talent.
Trời ơi, thầy mà còn nhầm vậy, người ta còn nhầm ác ôn nữa. It's me, and I don't know exactly what you'd say. You have to be careful with your pronunciation, you know? All right, so what do you say? How do you feel about becoming an artist?
To become an artist, first you have to have talent at that field, and of course you will feel very proud of yourself. Not many have a special talent at that field, because it's not like other field like math or science.
Uh-huh.
To become an artist, that some
So you mean talent
that's
cannot be trained, right?
mm,
Người ta nói là tài năng không thể nào mà được huấn luyện, không? Is that what you're trying to say?
you
Can you
can
train people?
you can be trained to row, but you can but if you have not love and talent,
Uh-huh.
you don't have to boost your emotions, and you can attract people attentions, and they can feel the
Of course they cannot feel you
means
if you're
of
not talented, right?
they can feel your work.
I agree. That I agree. So that I agree, because basically if you do not have the talent, people will feel that and they will not like what you are doing, you know. So even if you sing a lot, if you practice for many hours per day, but if you don't have the talent, the feel for music or the feel for what you're doing, people will know it. People of course know it, and they will not appreciate that, you know. So Miss Tran, what do you think? How do you feel about being an artist?
I think being an artist is an interesting
Idea, right?
but also very challenging.
Mm-hmm.
I believe being a great artist,
Mm-hmm.
that will require 10 to like minimum 5 to 10 years of practice
Mm-hmm.
to become
At least.
at least, yeah, to become a a professional in that field.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also require talent
Of
to
course.
become
You have to
excel
be
in that
born with some
field.
ability, you know. It's
Yes.
how can I say, it's an inherent ability. Like for example, inherent ability to feel the music, khả năng bẩm sinh để mà cảm nhạc chẳng hạn. You have to have the inherent ability to feel the music, and that cannot be taught, you know. Không có thể nào mà dạy được cái chuyện đó, nó thiệt luôn á.
And for me,
Yeah.
yeah. So, and for me, many people are fancy about the idea of fame
Mm-hmm.
when they become an artist, but being an artist require a lot of effort and money, and most of
You
artists,
mean effort and money?
yes,
Of
effort
course.
yeah.
Art supplies are not cheap. Mấy cái đồ mà mua art nó không hề rẻ nha. Art supplies, like for example, paintbrush, cọ vẽ, and of course, paint itself are not cheap.
Mm.
Of course, and canvas as well. Giá vẽ canvas and a lot of things, they are not cheap, you know. So of course you're right. Money, effort, money, time,
And passion.
and passion, of course. Không có passion không làm được nhiều thì cũng không có đam mê. You don't have passion, you cannot do anything that makes people feel it, and people will not appreciate that, you know. Otherwise, your work will just be mediocre. So I'm mediocre. Những âm ba chứ. Mediocre. Mediocre là tầm thường lắm. Nếu không có đam mê thì việc mình làm cái gì cũng tầm thường lắm. If you don't have a passion, everything you do would be very mediocre, you know. All right. So what do you think, Miss Chow? How do you feel about becoming an artist?
Well, in the past, I could say that I used to have the passion of becoming an artist, but growing up, I found out that being an artist requires a lot of factors. One of them require
Yes.
factors are, first of all, I believe that people need to have a passion. They have to have enough passions to be serious in this field.
Mhm.
Moreover, I believe that people also need to have the talents and have enough time and effort
To
to
develop that talent, right?
yes have enough
And effort to develop that talent. Exactly. Like, for example, you know that I play the piano, right? I taught myself how to play the piano when I was 14 years old. So it has been 20 years already. You know, it takes a lot of time and effort to become better in your field, to become way better. I also play music in different places in town, you know. That was the past, but now I only rarely, sometimes I play in town, yeah, but rarely. So, Miss Yao, are there any paintings on the wall of your home?
well, to be honest, there aren't many paintings on the wall of my house. Um, to be exact, there are only two paintings. One which was gifted by my family, my relative, and
My relative.
and the other one was also a gift by a company that my dad is working for.
Mhm.
And I believe that every house will have at least one painting on the wall, because paintings are very important in decorations, and also paintings can also have a lot of special meanings to a specific household.
I see. Specific ideas and things like that, right? Okay, so Miss Yao, what kind of pictures or paintings do you like to put up in your home? Maybe paintings or pictures of your favorite idols, maybe? Or favorite music bands, something like that? Or maybe just like a picture of landscape, you know? Tranh phong cảnh, picture of landscape, something like that? What do you think?
Well, I've always been very interested in paintings which include breathtaking landscapes, or or the views of the sky, or no, or just basically a rice field. Wait, is that a word? A rice field. I could say that the reason why I love to have these type of paintings on the wall is because it gives me this the sense of belonging,
The
and
sense
I
of
could say
belonging,
that
right?
these
Cảm giác thuộc
paintings
về,
actually
yeah, the sense of belonging. Yes, sometimes we
yeah,
feel like a sense of belonging if we look at paintings. Yes, I do feel that too. Very good. So, Miss Trang, are there any paintings on the walls of your home?
Oh, I have a painting in my bedroom.
Uh-huh.
It's about some tropical trees.
Mm.
I really like that painting because it's it brings freshness and relaxation when I look at it after a hectic working day.
Uh-huh.
And I like the idea to buy a authentic
I
painting.
like the idea of buying
I like the idea of buying authentic painting to support the artist behind.
authentic paintings. So you mean it's not a copy, right?
Yes.
Tranh mà tranh gốc, tranh nguyên gốc nha, không phải tranh sao chép nha. So in order to support the artist, no?
Yeah.
I see. Right. So what kind of pictures or paintings do you like to put up in your home, Miss Tran?
I think I refer picture about natural
Nature.
landscape
Picture of natural landscape.
natural landscape
Mhm.
and about natural life, for example, like animals or forests or countryside landscape. It makes me feel relaxation. It makes me feel
Make me
relaxed.
feel gì? Relaxed. ED.
It makes me
It
feel
makes you
relaxed
feel relaxed. Mhm. Very good.
and
Now, yes. What else?
peaceful when I look at it.
Mhm.
And it's also suitable with my house
So it's suitable with
decoration.
your house decoration, right? Phù hợp với
Yes.
cái decor phòng tôi. It is also suitable with my house, the decoration of my house.
Yeah.
The decoration of my house. Nhớ là my house không phải là không có sống nha. Cho nên mình sẽ không dùng sở hữu cách phải s được. Cho nên là không phải là my house decoration, but the decoration of my house. Okay. All right. So let's go to part 2 now. Oh, yes, it's part 2 time. You okay?
Yeah, I'm good. Thanks.
All right, let's do 32 now. Describe a skill that you think you can teach other people. Miêu tả một kỹ năng bạn nghĩ bạn có thể dạy người khác được. You should say what it is, kỹ năng gì vậy? Who you can teach, bạn có thể dạy ai? How you can teach others, làm thế nào bạn có thể dạy được người khác? And explain how you feel about teaching others. Giải thích là bạn cảm thế nào về cái chuyện dạy người khác. Well, it can be any skills you can think of, you know. Bất kỳ kỹ năng nào em thấy nghĩ ra được. So, should teachers make jokes or be funny when they teach? Những người giáo viên có nên vui đùa hoặc là đùa giỡn hoặc là vui tính khi mà họ dạy không? Think about if it's good, if it's helping their students to pay attention to the lesson, you know. Giờ nếu không vui thì có tập trung học được không đó. Chẳng hạn vậy. Is it easy to pay attention to the lessons or not? Cái giọng của người giáo viên cũng quan trọng đó nha. Nó có đều là chắc chắn buồn ngủ chắc luôn. Cho nên phải vui vui xíu, phải hài hài xíu. So the voice of the teacher is also let's talk about the voice. The tone or the voice of the teachers should also vary. Cái giọng cũng phải biến đổi biến thiên đó nha, in order to not cause people to become very bored, you know. If you have a monotonous voice, giọng đơn điệu nhàm chán. If you have a monotonous voice, people will fall asleep. People will fall asleep very easily. Đúng nghĩa là tiến sĩ gây mê luôn á. Wow, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't teach if you have a monotonous voice. Oh. Now, making jokes and be funny can sometimes backfire. Y ngắn R nè. Backfire. nó phản tác dụng, hay trong chơi game nó còn gọi là phản đam á. Sometimes it can backfire, yes, because sometimes it can make the class lose the focus on the lesson. Đôi khi nó có thể làm cho lớp mất tập trung vào cái điểm mà mình đang học ở trong bài chẳng hạn. They can lose the focus on the lesson if you make jokes or be funny too much, you know. Okay. So think about what quality should teachers have and why. Những người giáo viên nên có những phẩm chất gì? Tại sao? Of course, think about of course they should have lots of knowledge, but they should also have a commitment, sự theo đuổi đến cùng, không bỏ cuộc. Commitment means you follow with your students until the very end, and you should also have the patience. So kiên nhẫn. Of course, teacher needs to be extremely patient. You can ask Miss Trúc because she has been studying with me for like more than a year. Am I patient, Miss Trúc? Am I patient enough?
Requires patience.
Yes, especially when it comes to pronunciation. I don't think many people can be patient with that, right? Thiệt luôn á, không có ít thầy cô nào mà có đủ kiên nhẫn để mà dạy phát âm nó luôn á thiệt. All right, so think about commitment, patience. They should also be honest too. Cần phải có cái honesty nữa cơ. You need to be honest with your students, you know. To not give them false hope. Để không cho họ những cái hy vọng sai lầm, hy vọng hão huyền á. Để làm cho họ được có hy vọng hão huyền quá về khả năng của họ. To not give them false hope about their own ability, you know. Tại vì một số người mắc cười lắm luôn á. Họ có nghĩ họ là giỏi. A lot of people they are very arrogant, you know. Một số người ta ngạo mạn lắm luôn á. A lot of people they are very arrogant. They think that they are really good. But a good teacher need to be honest and to put them in the right place. Chỉnh họ để họ về đúng vị thế của họ. You need to put them in the right place, otherwise they will keep being arrogant, you know. Nếu không thì họ vẫn cứ tiếp tục ngạo mạn một mình lắm, you know. And you need to also know how to encourage student, you know, biết cách phải khuyến khích học trò để thể hiện ra được những cái điểm tốt đẹp của họ, chẳng hạn. To encourage students to help them become better, to help them become a better version nha, âm đề Z nha, version of themselves, giúp họ trở thành những phiên bản tốt hơn của bản thân họ. To help them become better versions of themselves. Version số nhiều nha. Versions of themselves. And also, giáo viên cũng cần phải nghiêm túc nữa. Of course, teachers need to also be strict enough, but not too much, okay? Không quá nhiều nhưng mà đủ nghiêm thôi. They need to be strict enough. They need to be flexible. Cũng phải linh hoạt đó nha, để tùy từng trường hợp. They need to be flexible to fit different cases of students. Like some students they learn faster, some students they learn slower, you know. You need to be really flexible, you know. Cần phải rất là linh hoạt với từng trường hợp học trò nha. Cho nên dạy học nó giống như một cái tài năng á, chứ nó không có đơn giản đâu. So I think teaching is a talent. It requires talent. It's not that simple, you know. Now, what else? Dedication as well. Dedication, có sự tận tâm sự tận tâm, commitment, dedication, things like that. Now, you should also explain why. Cái why này quan trọng này. This why is important. And you should give a lot of examples, cho thật nhiều ví dụ để cho giải thích mấy cái ý này. Every of these qualities you can give example. Mỗi một cái tính chất này cho một cái ví dụ chẳng hạn. Cái patient á, nhiều khi không cần mà không chỉ là patient với lại học trò đâu, mà phải patient với chính những người phụ huynh, học sinh, gia đình của người đó đó nha. Chứ bây giờ nói chung là thời đại này là nhiều cái phụ huynh quái đản lắm luôn á, và quái đản cực kỳ luôn á. Yeah. Ví dụ như hôm qua hôm kia gì có người hỏi thầy có đảm bảo đầu ra bằng hợp đồng không? Trời ơi, không lẽ giờ tôi nói anh chị chắc có vấn đề thần kinh quá. Well, you sometimes being patient, you need to be patient with the family of that patient, of that student as well, because some family of students, they are really, really so how can I say, unbelievably, they can be unbelievably unreasonable. Họ có thể gọi là không biết điều, đúng nghĩa unreasonable mà một cách không thể tin nổi luôn á. They can be unbelievably unreasonable to you, So they will ask you very unreasonable things. So you need to also be strict with people. You need to be strict and firm with people. Cần phải nghiêm khắc và vững chắc, phải cứng với lại con người ta, không người ta đạp lên đầu mình, nó thiệt luôn á. You need to be strict and firm with people, otherwise they will step on you. They may step on you if you are not careful, Đẹp đây người ta đạp lên người đừng luôn á, đúng nghĩa là leo đầu ngồi. All right, so think about next question. Which do you think is more important, practical skills or academic skills? Bạn nghĩ cái gì quan trọng hơn? Kỹ năng về thực tế hay là cái kỹ năng về học vấn? So this one applies to anyone, any people, Cái câu này nó tập trung, nó không có ứng dụng với bất kỳ đối tượng nào, là nó ứng dụng chung nha. Bạn nghĩ cái nào quan trọng hơn, kỹ năng về học vấn hay là kỹ năng thực tế, thực hành? I think it depends on, you can split this one into different cases. Nó có nhiều trường hợp lắm. Like when it comes to fixing things, of course you need practical skills. Khi mà cần phải sửa chữa đồ đạc này nọ, mình cần đương nhiên practical skill rồi. But when it comes to research, of course you need academic skills. Mình sẽ cần kỹ năng đọc, kỹ năng viết, kỹ năng đọc hiểu, kỹ năng lướt, vân vân, để mà làm nghiên cứu. When it comes to research, you need skimming, kỹ năng đọc lướt. You need scanning, kỹ năng tìm từ khóa. You need writing and reading comprehension. Nó gọi là học, nó gọi là viết và khả năng đọc hiểu. Writing and reading comprehension as well. Think about all the skills. All right. Which age group is the best at learning new things and why? Nhóm tuổi nào là tuyệt vời nhất, tốt nhất ở chuyện học những thứ mới? Tại sao? Well, it's not always children, Không phải lúc nào trẻ nhỏ cũng tuyệt vời nhất để học những thứ mới đâu nha. Because think about it. Some skill require other skills to build on, Some skills, some advanced skill, let's just say some advanced skills require other skills. Some advanced skill require other skills. Một số kỹ năng cao cấp hơn thì đương nhiên nó cần kỹ năng khác rồi. So it means that children, they might not be able to learn more advanced skills, Like for example, you should not teach math of grade 10 and 11 to children of grade 5 or 4, you know. Just a very simple example. Không nên dạy toán lớp 11, 10 cho đứa bé mới có lớp 4, lớp 5. So my point is that not all the time children are the best at learning new things, you know. To be honest with you, I find it hard to teach children sometimes because you have to put up with their attitude, laziness, and the lack of attention. Mình phải ráng làm sao mà mình chịu đựng cái thái độ, sự lười và sự thiếu tập trung của chúng. Thực sự luôn á, dạy trẻ con mệt lắm phải không đâu? It's really hard to teach children, you know. So also when it comes to older people, like for example 40 years old and plus, of course they have a concentration, of course they have a concentration, but they learn things slower than the young, of course. Họ sẽ học nhiều thứ một cách mà chậm hơn những người trẻ, but of course they have a good attitude, you know, they have better attitude. Họ có thái độ học tốt hơn, they have better attitude and good concentration. So that's why I prefer teaching, like, you know, high school students in the university and adults, you know. Lý do tại sao thầy John cái khóa dạy cấp 3, đại học hoặc là người lớn hơn á. Anyway, but it's just my idea, okay? Chỉ là ý của thầy thôi. Of course you have your own ideas. All right, you should focus on this one. All right, start for Miss Strang, please. Can you describe a skill that you think you can teach other people?
Okay, one skill that I'm confident in teaching others is stock trading. For me, stock trading is simply about buying and selling shares of public companies and making money from it. But to make a good profit from it, it requires a lot of understanding about market trends, company fundamentals, and technical analysis.
Analyst, you mean analyst, nhưng đầu nhỉ?
Analyst. I believe I can teach anyone who are new and interested in stock trading, let's say from beginner levels. And I think I can teach them about basic rules and fundamental analysis and technical analysis.
Cái từ này
Analysis.
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 Analysis. Analysis.
Analysis.
Analysis. Sorry, I have
analysis. Analysis. Analysis.
Analysis. Analysis. Analysis. Analysis. I also can teach people to manage the risk and emotion when they do the trading. I think teaching others is
teaching ý kéo dài.
Teaching
others. I think teaching others.
I think teaching others is an interesting and exciting experience that I can share my knowledge to people. And it's for me, it is a rewarding feeling when I see people can make money from what I share and I teach them, and people can become a successful trader from that. Yeah, so that's
good enough.
Yeah,
okay, good enough. Mr. Please describe a skill you think you can teach other people.
For me,
có sai chứ analysis hoài.
Yeah, analysis.
For me, the skill that I'm quite confident
About
in teaching others in cooking,
hmm,
especially baking,
baking, baking.
especially baking. I usually teach my friends who are not good at cooking and don't particularly enjoy it. However, they like to treat their friends and their loved ones to
Okay.
something delicious on weekends, often simple desserts, and I teach them by
Teach,
I
teach. Chị kéo
teach
dài. I
I
teach
teach
them. I teach them.
and I teach them by providing their recipes, giving instructions on key word to note, and if they really need, I we can have a video call
Okay.
when they can show me what they are doing.
Mhm.
For my best friends, if really necessary, I can
Necessary,
go necess-
necessary.
necessary. I can go to their place to help them.
Mhm.
I don't have many close friends, so I really cherish them and willing to do that for them. I feel happy to be able to help others. It's also a source of pride, and it's a way to maintain good relationship with
Mhm.
others around me.
All right, very good. Now, Miss Yao, your turn. Please describe a skill that you think you can teach other people. Cố gắng lên. You can do it.
A lot of people in my classmates always refer me to a person who have the weirdest and the most useless skills that they have known. But there's this one particular skill that they find it very useful is my ability to give them instructions and tips in playing a sport which is volleyball.
Mhm.
Um, this playing volleyball is compulsory in PE in 11th grade, which is next year. So a lot of people in my class really needs a lot of help in this type of sport. Um,
Yeah.
mm, uh, and it's also because that they're scared that they will fail PE in the future. So most of them um would ask for my advice in this type of sport. Um, well, about how to teach them, I could say that um, in break time, if they have um, their free time, I would usually give them the most useful advice about how to play volleyball effectively
Mhm.
and how to um, improve even if they are a beginner at volleyball.
Uh-huh.
Um, I could say that teaching them how to play volleyball gives me really makes me feel very excited and happy, and seeing them making progress really um I could say I get really emotional when they start to make progress in playing volleyball. And
Exactly. You know, that's something about being teacher, you know? You see that your students is doing better, they make progress. That's the joy of teaching. Very good. Anything else?
it's and from teaching them, I also get a chance to enhance my relationships with them, which is also a really good point after teaching them to improve in this sport.
Okay. Okay, so Mr. Please, so should teachers make jokes or be funny when they teach? What do you think?
My opinion, why not? As long as they don't neglect teaching, a bit of humor will make the learner more comfortable, not feel pressures when learn new knowledge. Even at work, uh, people have to keep learning. Training courses on professional skills can vary done. If the doesn't
Instructor,
like
instructor.
instructor doesn't like of the atmosphere,
Listen like
I
the atmosphere. Atmosphere.
like of the atmosphere. People who learns can feel very tiring and easily um to lost their trust to lost their attention.
Yes. Okay, very good. So, Ms. Strang, what do you think? Should teachers make jokes or be funny when they teach then? Is it something that you always want to have in a teacher?
Yes, I think it's depend on the context of the class, but the
Context.
context of the class,
Context. Ngâm đầu. The
context,
of
context of the class. For me, most cases, humor can make learning more engaging and comfortable.
Mhm.
And especially for my case, I easy remember the lesson when teacher make a joke about it,
Make a
and I
joke.
make
Joke.
make a joke.
Tại vì sao? Joke. Joke. Jokes.
Joke,
Make jokes about it. Mhm.
make joke about it, and I believe other students also have the same experience with me. However, I believe it's necessary to balance between humor and
Mhm.
serious teaching so that the the student can still focus on the lesson and don't be dragged away too far by the joke.
All right, good, good, good. Now, so Miss Xiao, what qualities should teachers have and why? What do you think?
Um,
Mhm.
from my perspective,
Yes.
there are a lot of qualities that a teacher should have.
Mhm.
One priority factor I believe that every teacher should have is the dedication in teaching. Um, Honestly, I've seen a lot of teachers in my school who aren't dedicated enough in teaching their students, um, which has a very negative influence on um, their students' grades and knowledge. Additionally, I believe that teachers also need to be strict enough to take control of their students' bad behaviors.
Uh-huh.
Nowadays I've seen a lot of teachers who are really who aren't really firm enough when it comes to teaching their students about manners and behaviors, which really affects the students' way of acting in the future. Moreover, I believe that
Yes, what do you believe?
I believe that
Let me just turn the volume up.
teachers also need to be the one who encourage their students in learning, in gaining knowledge, because by this way students are able to get better in acquiring knowledge, and it also gives students the motivations to study.
Okay, very good, Miss Zhao. Now, so Mr. What do you think is more important, practical skills or academic skills then?
For me, they are equally important. With our academic skills, you will make many mistakes before achieve your goal. Because theories is the foundation. It's the experience of those who came before you. They took a lot of time to find the way to teach people in the next generation. Practical application is also very important, because if you don't do it, you will never understand why others, how others do it, and new knowledge won't be truly learned. When be truly learned. You can very easy to forget is after you
Forget.
forget is after learning. Understand is very important. Practicals is the good way to keep new to absorb new knowledge. Just practice and practice and practice. Have your skill more better. Sharp your skill. So for me, there are two important.
What are three important things? Yeah.
No, for me, they are both important.
They're both important. So, Miss Zhao, what do you think? Which you think is more important, practical skills or academic skills then?
Well, in my opinion, I think practical skills and academic skills are both important factors, which I cannot make a comparison between them. Academic skills are the things which provide people with their base knowledge, um I believe that everything needs to have enough understandings and enough base knowledge about this field um to uh
To
to get better in working as well as learning. On the other hand, practical skills help people to manage their
manage their
have to manage their working and learning more effectively. And
exactly.
it
You
also
need a balance between them, yeah. Exactly.
and it is also with practical skills, people are able to gain a more deeper understanding from what they have learned, which are from the academic skills. And therefore, these two skills are really important when it comes to learning about a certain subject or working in a specific workplace.
Okay. Oh yeah, Miss Tran, please. So what do you think? Which age group is the best at learning new things and why?
I believe it depends on the subject and the to answer the learning ability of different age group. For example, young children, they are they are easy to absorb new knowledge and new, especially related to language skill. So I think it's for language, children would be the best age group to learn a new language skill. But regarding to the skill that require a lot of experience and how say
No, you need the age as well. Age is
yeah,
actually a factor because if you're not mature enough, then you cannot learn some certain skills. Like for example, there's a reason why there's an age limit for university, you know. Nó có lý do tại sao học đại học bắt buộc phải giới hạn tuổi nha, từ 18 tuổi trở lên mới được chẳng hạn. I think
yeah,
like especially for medicine, it is a very highly advanced and very difficult field. So there has to be some kind of limitation, you know, in terms of age. You're right. So Miss Tran, what else do you want to say?
yeah. So there are some subjects require the age limitation and require experience, such as medical school is would be suitable for our young adult and student.
Okay, I see. So, Mr. What do you think? Which age group is the best at learning new things and why?
I think that common in common children are
You mean
need
you mean usually, right? Common là
yes
thông thường, mà giống kiểu thông thường một cái gì đó nó xuất hiện bình thường, xuất hiện nhiều á. Còn bình thường, thông thường thì normally or you can say usually, you know. Em dùng cái chữ common trong trường hợp không đúng rồi. You have to use usually or normally, you know. Common is something that occurs a lot, you know, một cái gì đó nó xuất hiện rất nhiều. Or something that people have in common, it means they're similar. Cái gì đó mà con người ta có chung với nhau mới dùng chữ common chẳng hạn. Trong trường hợp này là bình thường là nó phải là normally hoặc là usually. Okay, let's try again. Which age group is the best at learning new things, Miss Trúc?
Yes, for me, children and teenagers often have more flexible minds and may accept new things better than older. They have open mind and less be limited by their habit. You know that elderly people often tend to think in conventional ways because they form many habits, some good, some bad, unlike when people were young with open minds, enjoys learning new things. I don't want to talk about the desire of learn because it is depend on personality.
Depends on personality, you mean?
Personality.
Personality.
Yes, it depends on personality. But when you have to learn a particular skill, I think that older is better. Sometimes because the pressure of money and time, when all people
The
when older
pressure,
people
mean the pressure of life.
Yes, when
the pressure of life, like to earn money.
when
To earn money.
mature people who learn some things when they are old, it means they really need it. They have more responsibilities to shoulder. Time and money are not as readily available as when they were a child. That means they have to put their 100% efforts on everything they pay money to learn. Because their parents no longer pay for them.
I see. Okay, so all right, let's move on to another topic now. This is 32. Oh. So 32 already. Let's try 37. Okay, describe a time you made a promise to someone. Be careful. Promise. Okay, promise. Động từ cũng là to promise. Chứ phải promise thôi nha. Promise. Describe a time you made a promise to someone. The verb in the noun is also promise. Miêu tả một thời điểm mà bạn đã phải hứa ai đó cái gì đó. You should say what a promise was. Lời hứa đó là lời hứa gì vậy? To whom you made it. Bạn hứa với ai? Whether it was easy or difficult to keep. Có khó hay là dễ để giữ cái lời hứa đó không? Explain why you made it. Tại sao bạn lại hứa như thế? And then part 3 of promises. What kind of promises do people often make? Con người ta thường có những cái lời hứa như thế nào? Okay, so think about promises. I promise I will go to the gym. I promise I will finish my deadlines on time. I promise I will do homework. You know, people always say something like that. Lúc nào chẳng hứa. hứa thật nhiều rồi thất hứa thật nhiều, you know. Well, people always do that. Now, there will be promises like, I promise I will love you until the end of my life. Anh hoặc là em hứa sẽ yêu anh hoặc là em đến cuối cuộc đời. Well, that's the promise that people always make, you know. Lời hứa tình yêu. And then a few years later, they divorce. You know, vài năm sau đó họ ly hôn. Well, these things happen very often in Vietnam, you know. Now, and also promise about the quality of a product. These things often happen with salesmen and women, you know, những người mà làm sales đó, cực kỳ là hay promise mấy cái về chất lượng sản phẩm nó sai trái. Chất lượng sản phẩm mà họ hứa này nọ khách hàng xong cuối cùng hứa lẹo. Well, a lot of promises people often make. And what do you think about those promises? Okay, so do parents in Vietnam make promises to their children? Cha mẹ Việt Nam có thường hứa hẹn trẻ nhỏ họ hay không? Of course they do. Hứa đem con đi chơi. Of course they often promise to bring their children to places, you know, but they never do. Or they rarely do, you know. Hứa lèo không? Well, so do children keep their promises? Trẻ nhỏ có giữ lời hứa của chúng chứ? Well, most of the time they don't. You know, because they think that promises is nothing really too serious. Thường là trẻ nhỏ nghĩ những lời hứa chỉ là hứa chơi thôi, chứ không có serious, không có nghiêm túc lắm. But of course, some children, they are serious. They keep their promises. Okay, why do some people fail to keep their promises? Tại sao một số người họ thất bại trong chuyện mà giữ lời hứa? Is it because they promise just to make people feel good about something? Hứa để mà giống như kiểu cho người ta an tâm không? Some people they just promise just to make others feel better. Is it? Or some people they just don't want to keep their promises, maybe. Sao một số người họ bản thân họ thích giữ lời hứa như này, maybe. Or is it because of their work that they have to promise a lot? Hay là bởi vì bản chất công việc họ phải hứa hẹn rất nhiều? Is it? What do you think? Why do some people promise a lot? Tại sao một số người họ hứa rất nhiều? Biết cung hoàng đạo là hứa nhiều nhất không? Chính là cung nhân mã. Well, actually, Sagittarius people, they promise a lot. Yeah. Cung song tử nữa. Of course, Gemini people as well. I know them all. My brother is a Sagittarius and my dad is a Gemini. I know that. Okay, I'm just joking. Of course, they promise a lot. Oh, wow. They promise a lot. What can I say? Well, you think about this one, okay? Some time to think. Okay, Miss Jiao, please, you first. Describe a time you made a promise to someone.
As far as I can remember, I've made a lot of promises to my family members, my relatives, and my friends. And recently, I've made a promise to my close friends that I will be punctual in going to a place for us to hang out.
Mhm.
Clearly, I didn't I didn't get in time to get to that place. It wasn't really serious, and it didn't really affect my friends and my experiences at the time we hang out. The reason why I made this promise is because that I wanted to ensure that to my friends that they at that time I wanted to ensure my friends that I won't be late so that they wouldn't get worried um worried because of my sudden lateness. Um, but eventually, my friends eventually forgave me for being late, and we continued to hang out after that.
All right. Okay, so Trang, please, your turn. Describe a time when you made a promise to someone, please. Miss Trang,
An
please. Your mic is
important,
on. Okay.
an important promise that I made recently was losing weight and having an attractive body to myself.
Oh,
For more detail, I promised to myself to lose 10 kg in
10
six,
kilograms. Wow,
Yeah.
10 kilograms.
10 kilograms in 6 months with a healthy diet, and I make a target that I would proactively go to gym 3 times per week. It was super difficult for me at the beginning because my working schedule is busy and I feel exhausted after working hours, so I didn't have enough uh, uh, health and motivation to go to the gym.
Uh-huh.
But with the commitment to the gym club by money
Okay.
and encouragement from the personal trainer, I were I was able to go to gym 3 to 4 times per week.
Mhm.
And the reason and now I'm able to lose 8 kilogram already.
You feel better if you lose weight like that?
For me, because I was neglecting my body for a while, so go to gym and do exercise with friends make me feel alive again, and I feel lighter, and I feel more positive when I do a lot of exercise. I didn't involve to how say giảm cân độc hại, không biết em không biết
A
dịch.
toxic way, a toxic way to lose weight. You don't want a toxic way to lose weight,
Yeah.
or a bad way to lose weight. You don't want that.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Now, Miss Brooke, please describe a time when you made a promise to someone. Can you?
I have a promise with
I
two
made a promise.
I made a promise with two of my friends that three of us will have a trip together to Da Nang City.
Mhm.
We haven't seen each other for 2 years since the last time we met.
Mhm.
This promise hasn't come true yet because various reasons. We are all far apart, so it's very difficult to arrange a time. I am in Ho Chi Minh City. One of my friends in Quy Nhơn City and another in Gia Lai City.
Mhm.
When one of us is free, the others are busy. I made this promise because we were very close friends during university.
Mhm.
But after graduation, each of us went to different places. with not many opportunities to meet.
Uh-huh.
So this promise is to gather together to relive memories and maintain this friendship. Mm, I think it's quite difficult to keep your promise, but many people say that if you want something, you find uh
You find a
for
way. If you
you
want
find
something,
a
you find a
way,
way.
okay?
If
And
you
if
don't
you
want
don't
it,
want, you find a
you
reason.
find reasons for it. No, if you don't want it, you find excuses. Cái từ đúng nó phải trong trường hợp này là excuse nha. Những cái lý do lý cháu, người ta không muốn thì tìm lý do thôi. All right. So, Miss Trang, please. So, what kind of promises do people often make?
I think people usually make promise to some to somebody that important to their life. For example, like promise about love, promise about future, and there are some promise is about achieving some target, and the promise become the motivation for the one make the promise.
Okay. So, what do you think, Miss Jiao? What kind of promises do people often make?
There are different kinds of promises that people tend to make. There are promises in, for example, marriage, in
Self-improvement,
achievement,
cải thiện cá nhân.
yeah,
Self-improvement,
improvement,
yes.
self-improvement, or also in achievements. And
Yes, what's that?
those promises are really common in all age groups, and
All right, so
most of
losing weight and things like that. Okay, so let's try the next question. Miss Jiao, do parents in Vietnam make promises to their children?
yes, it is very common for Vietnamese parents to make promises to their kids,
Children. Nhớ không
to
dùng
their
kids, không dùng mom, dad, wanna, gonna hay là stuff somewhere else. Không trịnh trọng. All right, so to make promises to their children.
to their children. One of the most common promises made by parents are mostly um
Yes.
most
To bring their
reward
children to give their children gifts if they achieve something, right?
yes
Cho
in
quà nếu con đạt được
rewarding
gì đó.
rewarding their children when they achieve or accomplish something, especially in education. For example, when they finish their homework, or maybe they are they get good grades at school.
Grades at school.
Those are the factors that parents tend to make promises to their children, mostly because they want their kids to
They want their children to
their children to improve themselves in learning and also in their behavior.
Okay, very good. Now, Miss Trúc, please. So, do children keep their promises? What do you think?
For me, it depends on the parents' educations, family educations. Children are like blank sheets of paper. They
Are you
freely,
sure? Are you sure? Không dám đâu nha, giờ nhiều đứa nước nó ghê lắm nha.
they reflect, they
A blank,
reflect
a blank
what
sheet of paper. Are you sure?
they reflect what they learn. So a child keeps promises if their parents are do that and to be a good sample. But as you said, nowadays, children grow in a more complex way. They can learn new things from other people besides their parents, like their friends, and what they sees from television programs,
Programs.
programs, and that really affect their
Affect their
affect their personalities. That make them sometimes don't really thinks their promise is important to make it come true. If something for them promise is just a word and they forget is
forget. They forget.
and they forget is
Forget it immediately. Right?
forget it immediately.
All right. So, Miss Jia, what do you think? Why do some people fail to keep their promises then?
There are a lot of reasons why a person tend to fail to keep their promises. I could say that some people tend to easily forget their promises immediately because they are very forgetful and absent-minded in a lot of things.
Yeah, I think so too.
Moreover, some people prone to not respect other people, so they tend to break the promises, which really affect other people's feelings and other people's perspectives about them. Or in addition, basically they just don't want to keep their promise anymore, and they just easily break their promises anytime without having to tell anyone about it.
I see. Very good, very good. So, Miss Trang, why do some people promise a lot then?
I believe some people promise a lot for some reason. The first reason is that they want to please someone, or they want to commit with someone. For example, like a husband usually promise a lot to a wife to satisfy her and to commit with her about his love. Secondly, for some case, people promise a lot to avoid the to avoid the conflict or to make a commitment. For example,
right.
like some salesperson, they try to promise a lot of positive scenario, but it turns out that they cannot deliver
They
what
fail
they
to
promise.
deliver, yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes some people, they are too hype, too positive about the future, so they promise a lot, but the circumstance change, and it become overpromised.
I see. Okay, we can end here, class. It's already 10:10. Okay. All right, so I'll see you soon. Remember that we have a writing to do, okay? So Sunday we should correct that writing, and if we have some more time, I hope we don't have more time, so we can do speaking. Okay, I'll see you on Sunday, okay? Bye, class.
Bye everyone, good night.
Bye, good night.
Okay.
Night, teacher.